These almonds are a little bit stale. I'm gonna air fry them and make them crispy. I'm about to make you hungry. So you're gonna need a snack when you watch this video, okay? You just took off from the Chick-fil-A drive-thru. You reach in because you know the fries are on top. You know the fries are on top. You start going for that first waffle fry. Going for another one. Ooh. And then you go in for that shake on the side. Brain freeze. I hope that you guys watched the first video, how to make the Chick-fil-A inspired waffle fries, because now we're going in for that milkshake. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a Chick-fil-A inspired Oreo cookies and cream milkshake. What? Yeah. That white foam cup, some of that cookies and cream shake, whipped cream, and then it's gonna be finished off with the cherry. So if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell. Did I look crazy when I did that? And let's get started. Get a snack. You think I'm playing? Get a snack. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna start off by making my Oreo frosting. I have these adorable mini Oreos that I found. I'm going to crush them up in a sandwich bag with the rolling pin and then add them to my vanilla bean frosting. I started off by baking off a 1/4 sheet pan of my homemade from scratch vanilla bean cake, which I have never shared on the channel. I'm sorry, but we all have to have our secrets. I'm going to use my cookie cutters that I have. They come in a set, all different sizes. The one that I use is probably about 4 to 5 inches in diameter. If you don't have these cutters, you can definitely use a cup. And I'm just going to cut several layers. And then we're going to stack all those layers with some of that Oreo buttercream. I ended up doing 6 layers in total for my cake, and that was perfect. I wanted a cake dowel, but I didn't have any cake dowels. What I do have though are bubble tea straws because I use those as stacking dowels. I'm gonna use a bubble tea straw to keep my cake centered while I frost it. It was awkward, you know, but it helped just so that I didn't have my fingers all in the cake. That's the point of the straw. It definitely still leaked, but for the time being, it helped. Bubble tea straws help. I am crumb coating the entire cake in my vanilla bean frosting. I'm making sure to fill in all of those gaps in between all of the layers. This straw, while still very pliable, did help me to keep it standing upright and together in between my refrigeration. So I did refrigerate the cake for about 30 minutes so that it'd be completely solid, and added a little bit more frosting, and then used my cake scraper to create a smoother surface. Once I put the buttercream on there, I actually scraped off enough just so that it would be a crumb coat. Now I knew that this cake was going to travel, and the last thing that I wanted to do was buckle. So I put it in the fridge, and then I melted down some white chocolate and I smeared that, where the footage is, I don't know. Spread that all up and down the cake, refrigerated it again, and I did that 2 more times. So I have 3 good layers of white chocolate so that when I tapped it, it was like, it was finally ready to cover in white fondant. I measured the height and the circumference of the cake, and that's what I used to measure my fondant. Same measurements, but I did add an extra inch in height. To get my fondant to stick to the white chocolate, I did dampen the chocolate a little bit with water. And then once I get my fondant on there, I'm going to use 2 fondant smoothers. I'm tag teaming the fondant to make sure that this is as smooth as it can possibly be. Now I'm going to carefully take a razor and just try to straighten the top of the cake, which is always so hard for me to do. You have to have a seriously steady hand and arm and body and soul. However, if it is not perfect, it's fine, because we're going to add a top piece of fondant that is going to bring it to slight perfection. And that way we get to cheat just a little bit. We deserve it. So I'm going to measure the cake one more time now that the fondant is on, and then use that to measure out my next piece of fondant, which is about 1.5 to 2 inches in height. I'm going to add that to the top part of the cake, and then use my fondant smoother once again to make sure that it's all leveled. And then when I'm done, I'm just going to cut off that extra edge. Now I'm going to take my vanilla bean frosting and put that in a piping bag. At first glance, it looks like I'm doing a very messy job of a whipped cream swirl. I did just enough to pat it down into the cup, add a little bit of that crushed Oreo, and then kind of do a swivel swirl to make it look like Oreo ice cream. Of course, we need to add our whipped cream, because what is a milkshake without whipped cream? It's really just blended ice cream at that point. So this is more of my vanilla buttercream. I made a fondant cherry. I just rolled it into a ball, put a little slit down the middle, put a little fondant stem in there. It's not perfect, but it looks like a cherry. Then I took one of those little mini Oreos. It took a long time for me to figure out where to place that Oreo, but I just put it on top in the end. I finished it with an edible Chick-fil-A logo and then a huge milkshake straw, and that completes the largest cupcake that I've ever created. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. Couture and a Chick-fil-A cookies and cream milkshake cake. Bye guys. So that is how I created this Chick-fil-A chicken nugget. What was that? Milkshake cake. I hope that you guys enjoyed this one. I loved it. Out of the 3 cakes, I think this is my favorite one. The next video is going to be how to make the actual chicken nugget box cake. So look forward to that one. The cake needs to comment of the day is going to go to Nyla. Hey Nyla. On the Chick-fil-A waffle fries cake video, Nyla says, "Thank you so much for the cake. It made my quarantine edition so much better. Heart emoji." This cake was for Nyla, and she commented, her grandmother commented. They are the most positive and supportive family. Thank you so much, Nyla, for commenting. It's weird when, like, knowing that somebody who actually had the cake is watching the video of how it was made, but that's so cool. I'm glad that you could see how your cake was made, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Even more so, she's a graduate and going to Howard, I believe. Can we say congratulations to Nyla doing her thing in the quarantine? Congratulations to all of the graduates of 2020. It's a big deal to graduate. I don't care if you graduated from kindergarten. Congratulations, all right? Remember to follow me on all of my social media at Marishas_Couture and at Marishas_Couture. This is why you just gotta stop and breathe. At Marishas_Couture_Cakes. Follow me on Facebook, MarishasCoutureCakes. Like the video, drop a comment. Don't leave before saying hello to me. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.